Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking about former President Trump, aka number 45, aka Agent Orange. There was an assassination attempt, you guys, technically yesterday, technically last evening, at his rally, you guys, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the latest updates. We're going to talk about everybody that's trolling Donald Trump, including 50 Cent posting his album cover of Get Rich or Die Trying, and fans taking it to another level, doing AI generated Trump voices on 50 Cent's Hate It or Love It and Many Men. And they said that this is going to be Trump's campaign to win in November, you guys. But nonetheless, let's get to the actual facts, which is from the New York Times, and they have been doing live updates. So it says, Trump is safe after assassination attempt. Suspect gunman is dead. A spectator was also killed at the rally in Pennsylvania, the Secret Service said. Former President Donald Trump said in a post online that he had been shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of his ear. The latest are the federal authorities, had identified him. I believe they said he's like a 20-year-old Caucasian male. And I was nervous, you guys. I was nervous when this was going to come out, because I thought it was going to be somebody brown. I thought it was going to be a person of color, and they were going to immediately release it and call it a terrorist attack or call it, something. So I am glad that we have the right person. Apparently this person was a registered Republican. And nonetheless, they said the investigators have declined to discuss what a motive is. They said at least 2 other spectators were critically injured on Saturday in Butler, Pennsylvania. The Secret Service said in a statement, the agency said the gunman was dead after officers responded. Mr. Trump was escorted off the stage bleeding from around his ear and taken to a hospital. He later said on social media that a bullet had pierced the upper part of his right ear. President Biden gave a brief televised statement after the incident, condemning the violence as sick. The White House later said the president had spoken to Mr. Trump. Here's what we know. 2 videos posted on social media and verified by the New York Times appeared to show the suspect shooter lying motionless on the roof of a small building roughly 400 feet north of the stage where former President Donald J. Trump was speaking. And they have like a map of the site. It says Mr. Trump had been showing supporters a chart of numbers about border crossings just minutes into his speech when shots rang out in 2 bursts. And then it says a spokesperson for the Secret Service said the suspect shooter fired multiple shots towards the stage and was on an elevated position outside the rally venue. The Secret Service and other law enforcement agencies have not yet publicly confirmed that Mr. Trump was shot in the ear, saying only that shots were fired and that the former president was safe. 2 law enforcement officials said that authorities recovered an AR-15 type semi-automatic rifle from a deceased man they believed was the gunman. People who attended Mr. Trump's campaign rallies are subject to security screenings, and their belongings typically searched for weapons. After the shooting, Mr. Biden expressed gratitude that Mr. Trump had been swiftly evacuated and said there's no place in America for this type of violence, Mr. Biden's campaign said in a statement that it would pause all outbound communications and was working to pull down our television ads as quickly as possible. Republicans and Democrats were quick to condemn what was viewed as an apparent act of political violence. The Republican National Convention, where Mr. Trump will be formally nominated as his party's presidential candidate, will proceed as planned in Milwaukee starting on Monday, according to a statement from the Trump campaign and the Republican National Convention officials. You guys, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Here's the thing. Regardless of where you guys stand on your politics, regardless, who you support, who you don't support, and all of the things, I don't agree with Trump's politics. However, I do not want anybody to be assassinated, you guys. Like, that's too far. The violence in this country, but here's the thing. This escalated, because, again, what was done about January 6th? Have you guys been following the actual people that have been prosecuted in their minimum to none prison sentence that have existed, and just the delays and everything else that's taking place? Have you guys been following all of that? So when that's not condemned by everybody, you guys, and people feel empowered, and even Trump with this image of pumping his fist up and saying fight, fight, fight to the crowd, to basically incite even more violence and all these things, to, put that, dog whistle out to the supporters. No. It's going to be a make America great again or die trying, you guys. And that is not the answer. Violence is not the answer. Now, there has been so much controversy about this upcoming presidential election over the past couple of weeks due to the different, mishaps that President Biden has been saying in various speeches and debates and all the things, getting some things wrong, and he might have symptoms of dementia, right? We don't know technically all of what's going on, but again, these are elderly candidates, and before, you guys didn't have a problem with elderly presidential candidates until now. But this isn't abnormal behavior, you guys. And so I think it's crazy because it's these two are not that far, apart as far as age and everything else and faculties and everything else. But for whatever reason, they want to make it seem like, Biden we can't have him as president. But then you won't say who should be the president or who should be the Democratic nominee, because you won't say for whatever reason, even though we know the reason, that Kamala Harris can be a presidential candidate, can be the president. You guys don't want that to happen, though. Because some of you guys still cannot stand Kamala Harris for whatever reasons, right? So therefore, you are putting out your own dog whistles to the Democratic Party saying, hey, we need somebody strong. We need somebody who's going to do this, this, and this, and really take the country and the bull by its horns and stop Project 2025 and all of these things, but you won't list a name. You will not list a name, and you will not say that Kamala Harris is fit for the job, you guys. So nonetheless, we have all this chaos going on in regards to the Biden camp. We have celebrities that are coming out, including George Clooney, including Michael Moore. All these people who had been known people to support previous Democratic presidential candidates in the past are now coming out after these fundraisers and demanding for Biden to drop out of the race, you guys. And so they're purposefully using public figures that you have recognized, that you have been familiar with whatever their voting was, or maybe not at all. But because you're familiar with some of these celebrities and some of these public figures, they're utilizing that to, sway you and make you think, oh my gosh, maybe something catastrophic is going on with Biden, and maybe he needs to drop out the race, right? All because of a couple of gaffes and him referring to his Vice President Kamala Harris as Donald J. Trump. But nonetheless, in the midst of all this chaos, normally Trump responds, normally Trump trolls, normally Trump does something to, get the attention back on him. And he was on the mute challenge, you guys, which is abnormal for Donald J. Trump, you guys, because he always likes to be in the mix. He always likes to be in the news, right? So, again, I'm minding my business, didn't know any of this was going on, and then I see these viral pictures, I see the jokes online about 50 Cent and Donald Trump, and how he's going to use getting shot to secure the black vote, and all of these shenanigans, you guys, all these conspiracy theories, all of these things that people, are speculating or alleging. Everything from an inside job to this was to create support for Trump heading into the election so that he can secure the win. And all of these things, you guys, you're hearing all types of extreme information except for the truth. So we've at least identified the 20-year-old Caucasian male shooter. We don't know, however, the motivation, and we don't know ultimately, what was the motivation, what happened, What is all of the correct details, right? Because now people are spreading misinformation. Some people are saying he was grazed in the ear by a bullet. Some people are saying, oh, it was glass. Like, people are just getting, you know, very outrageous in this fake news reporting. And that's why I wanted to give you a reputable news source that is going to post the facts. It's unbiased. It has, you know, I believe former President Obama has spoken out. Also, several international politicians have also spoken out condemning the assassination attempt on Trump. Like this isn't it, you guys. This isn't it. This is not the answer. Because all this is going to do is this is just going to rile up the wrong people, you guys, to think that this is what needs to happen for their voices to be heard. And that's not okay. That is not okay. And you guys need to be safe out there. You guys need to be making sure you and your loved ones are safe and sound, because it is about to get crazy. These next few months especially are about to get crazy. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. So if you can laugh at these jokes and these 50 Cent memes and the AI generated Trump raps on 50 Cent tracks and all the things, but the reality is we need to get to the bottom of this, number one. But number two, this next election is super duper important, you guys. So those of you that are saying, oh, I don't like the candidates, I'm not going to vote, I'm going to put in Mickey Mouse's name, I'm going to put in my mom's name, I'm going to put in my grandma's name. This is not the election to do that, unless you want a repeat of 2016, you guys. This is not the election to be playing around, to be playing games. Especially if this, you know, assassination attempt is going to be fuel to lead a different campaign for Donald Trump to try to get more votes for November, you guys. So please make sure you guys are well informed of what is going on with both candidates. Make sure you guys are well informed on what the issues are, what their plans are, so that you can make an informed decision in November. But this is not the election, just like 2016 was not the election to be like, oh, I don't like this candidate, so therefore I'm not going to vote. Here's the thing. What is important besides your like or dislike of these candidates is they get to choose and handpick who they want on the Supreme Court. You know, the same Supreme Court that is taking away rights from people, taking away women's rights, and is trying to take away civil rights, and all of these things. All of that is important when you are voting for a president, you guys. But not just president. Again, your local officials in each of your states, your senators, your representatives, the people that are going to make specific laws in your states happen. Also important to be informed of who's running in your states, in your districts, in your counties. Because this is important. This is going to have severe implications, you guys. Severe consequences. And what you don't want to do is sit at home this year. Because if stuff like this is happening, and we already had January 6th, don't think that this is going to be the end. Don't think that there's going to be some type of retaliation, or somebody's going to try to mimic this, or there's going to be some type of tomfoolery. And then I saw some questions that people were asking in the comments why Trump still has Secret Service. And I'm thinking to myself, you guys, every president, former president, them and their family are going to have detailed security, detailed Secret Service around them for the rest of their lives. And I just couldn't believe, I was so floored. I'm like, do people not understand, you know, again, this isn't a game. And even with Secret Service and security, still Trump got harmed. So nonetheless, you guys, this is not the thing to be playing with. And again, apparently an innocent spectator got killed in the midst of all this. Not okay. And several people that are critically injured that are in the hospital right now in Pennsylvania. Not okay. So again, please stay informed. Please vote in November, and I mean vote by the actual people who are actual candidates in November, and not this write-in nonsense. This is not the election to write anybody in. This is not the election to sit at home. This is not the election to not participate in voting at all, you guys. And if you can, try early voting. It will save you the headache of trying to do it the day of. But nonetheless, I am still going to try to update this as I get more information to try to piece everything together. And I know the internet's cracking jokes and they've got all types of theories and things. But ultimately, like I said, and like I've always said, I never wish bad on people. Whether I like or dislike, whether I agree or disagree with who they are or how they live their lives or whatever, I don't wish anything bad on these people. Because here's the thing, when people are fueled with hate and negativity and vitriol, and that's their mindset, and they're so hyper and upset about things, that is when irrational and bad decisions follow, you guys. That is when things really start to escalate. That is when things start to really get out of control, you guys. And that is not what I want. I want us to go into this election feeling like we are selecting the competent president to, be in charge for the next 4 years. I don't want to have to now feel like I'm unsafe. Like this is real talk. So nonetheless, just keep this stuff in mind. When you guys are windmilling on the internet and making jokes and making conspiracy theories and all these things, but I better see you guys showing proof in November that you guys voted this election. For those of you who are U.S. citizens, for those of you who live in the United States, you guys. Because this is not the election to be playing games. This is the election that you need to be voting, just like 2016. Because you saw what happened in 2016, where either A, you assumed that Hillary Clinton had enough votes, or B, you didn't like Hillary Clinton at all, so you just chose not to vote, period. Or write in, your favorite actor. So there is that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.